What this means is that CCPs are currently clearing a volume which is equivalent to the size of the GDP of the European Union. So some 250 trillion US dollars. So that gives you an order of magnitude of how important it is this independent risk management function that CCPs performed.
We're back at Birkenstock, and joining me today is Rafael Plata.
Hello.
So Rafael, can you tell me why CCPs are so important in the derivatives market?
Sure, well, CCPs are very important because they are the independent risk manager that ensures that the risk of financial transactions is dealt with in an efficient way. CCPs, they step in between two counterparties of a transaction, and they take the role of the buyer to every seller and the seller to every buyer. And in doing this, they're actually creating a buffer against systemic risk in the financial market.
How have CCPs evolved over the last decade?
Well, they have evolved quite a lot over the last decade. Actually, in 2008, during the financial crisis, regulators realized that there was one part of the market where actually everything worked perfectly. In a couple of days or in several days, things were closed out, different positions were closed out, and everything was smooth, no impact on the market. That was the CCP clear part of the market. Since then, 2008, regulators have been pushing for more derivatives to go into CCPs and to be risk managed by these institutions to make sure that we contain systemic risk in the market and that there is no credit exposures that is not adequately risk managed in the market. So, in terms of figures, how these have actually changed, in 2008, around 28% of the OTC derivatives markets was cleared by CCPs. 8 years down the road, we've got more than 60% of the market being cleared by CCPs. And to give you a more tangible figure, what this means is that CCPs are currently clearing a volume which is equivalent to the size of the GDP of the European Union. So some 250 trillion US dollars. So that gives you an order of magnitude of how important it is this independent risk management function that CCPs performed.
So can you tell me about some of the projects involving CCPs each has been working on?
Sure. So perhaps one of the main projects that I'd like to highlight is a project about what happens in case of Armageddon. So I talk about the financial crisis, and that was business as usual for the CCPs. The CCPs are ready. They've got different lines of defense to deal with that. If things went wilder than that, they also have some lines of defense to deal with what we call extreme but plausible circumstances. But what happens if we go even more extreme than that? So what happens in the Armageddon type of a scenario? And this is what we're dealing with at the moment. There is a global work going on with the global regulators, with the European regulators, with the industry, and the main objective of this work is to try to make sure that whatever happens, we've got a system that can ensure the continuation of the critical function of CCPs, which is managing systemic risk in the market.
And finally, to round it all off, can you tell me some of the challenges CCPs may face?
Well, I think probably the main challenge that they face is that they continue serving as an independent risk manager while at the same time making sure that they can serve their clients and their clearing members in an efficient way. So squaring this circle of serving your clients while at the same time ensuring that you're independent to make sure that they have the adequate resources, or they put the adequate resources into your system to make sure that you can manage the risk. That is probably the main challenge ahead for CCPs going forward.
Well, thank you, Rafael, for joining us today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And thank you at home for watching. Don't forget to click back on our website. Goodbye for now.